The world of Ophisterra is one embroidered in magic and mystery, a world of gods and fiends and others conflicting for power and standing. Many different points in history have brought nearly world-ending catastrophe, but few can rival the horrors of the last millennia. Almost 1,000 years ago, the world would experience an apocalyptic event, one that would shake the balance of the mortal races to their very core. It all started during a massive celestial event that happened once every 100 years or so, a meteor shower visible to the entire continent, named Ophisterra. What was a day of significance for many cultures, used to usher in a new century took a dark and twisted turn. Some of the meteors appeared larger than normal, and instead of harmlessly disappearing before reaching the ground or continuing on into space, they instead crashed into the ground all over the continent, primarily in the Elven territories. It was only in the days after this strange turn of events that the mortal races realized what had happened. Disgusting monstrosities of crystal and black oozing tentacles began emerging from the craters and slaughtering every living thing in their path. Being attacked by these mindless abominations would cause suffering and unimaginable pain, and the corpses changed. They became mindless, shambling masses of gore and tentacles, marching in step with the creatures from the stars. The creatures were feral in nature, and despite many losses, most territories were able to push back the invaders with combinations of magic and strategies, despite their confusion and massive unpreparedness. The world was crippled as a result of a massive loss of life and resources, but every territory rallied. They joined together, they shared what resources they had, including information, and were able to create something of a unified alliance army. This alliance, though, was too little too late for some, namely the Elven nations. It became revealed that the Elven nations were utterly destroyed, the race nearly driven to extinction. The great forest they called home consumed to fuel the horde, and the bodies of the fallen repurposed into twisted foot soldiers and meat shields. Through monumental effort and massive amounts of divine intervention, the wall of evil made flesh was defeated, pushed back into the stars and purged from the world, but not without scars. Many died, empires fell, power vacuums were created, and the gods became significantly more reclusive, answering fewer and fewer prayers and even fewer questions. As the centuries passed, the world attempted to rebuild and prepared for the next wave of invasion that they all saw coming. Every meteor shower was thought to be the ushering of the end of the world, but no invasion ever came. In time, as veterans of what was now deemed the Star Scourge invasion were lost to time, disease, the Ophisterra celestial event became once again a day of celebration, of victory. Victory long past, but victory none the same. And now, nearly a millennia later, the world is once again a bustling hub of trade, war, and adventure. Races rise and fall in prominence, and gold and faith drive the creation of new cities and inventions. This is the world of Ophisterra, and this is the Legacy campaign. Our story begins in the rain. Rain falls in sheets as lightning illuminates the pitch-black sky intermittently, with the chest-shaking rolls of thunder not far behind. In a valley nestled between the rolling hills of the Lord's Hand Empire, a caravan tries in vain to rest and stay dry for the night after another grueling day of travel. Multiple small, fleeting fires dot the muddy roadway with groups of 5 or 10 merchants and guards huddled together under treated leather sheets, attempting and failing to cook whatever bits of food they could in a suboptimal condition they find themselves. Carts settled with supplies sink into ever-deepening pools of mud and muck, inevitably becoming a massive inconvenience for the caravan upon their departure in the morning. Scattered conversations can be heard between groups, as some have turned in early and some have decided to recount stories to make the time pass quicker. So involved in tales, they fail to hear the shambling of flesh and bone over the sound of rumbling thunder and rain. A flash of lightning, far larger than the others, denoting the peak of the storm's destructive force, washes over the caravan, and in that moment, screams erupt from the travelers. Waves of undead erupt from the shadows and from the pools of muck, and slaughter the caravan employees and guards. Caught massively off guard, dozens are slaughtered in seconds, and the blood is diluted as quickly as it's spilled, as the rain intensifies even further. The few remaining members fight for their lives in the pitch-black darkness, using the fading light of extinguishing fires and lightning flashes to attempt to see the enemy, but fail. As the sight of the caravan is left in havoc, the remaining undead slink into the shadows, dragging corpses along with them to an unknown fate. As a final thunderclap splits the air, and the trails and footsteps of the undead menace begin to erode away. Awakening in a deep, disgusting cell, you find your hands and feet are bound in old, rusty manacles, with chains attached to the walls and floors respectively. You see others like you, in the cell as well, still unconscious, but breathing. Past the rattling of your restraints, you attempt to listen for any sounds that could give away any information of what actually happened to you, or to the rest of the caravan. But you are met only with a disturbing silence. Sigh. You look in a dark, damp, depressing cell, and you see several strangers in front of you. Your hands are manacled to the wall, as mentioned, and you don't know where you are. You don't know what to do. All you know is that the people in front of you were in the caravan with you. You might have spoken to them, or at least seen them, but you have no idea what happened. You went to bed, some people volunteered for watch, and you woke up here.
This fucking sucks. I turn to, I think, my right, and I kind of like, with my hands bound, obviously I can't do that much, but I kind of try to elbow Brontis, who's next to me, trying to see if I can get him to wake up.
Okay. You look to your right, and you see Brontis. Brontis, would you like to describe how your character appears?
Oh, elf wizard. It looked like a...
And Sai, would you like to, once he awakes very easily, would you like to describe what he sees upon awaking?
Yeah, so you kind of turn and you see this very, very, very short tiefling. One of their horns, her horn on the right side is broken and jagged. It's a jagged stump. You kind of see like shimmering in her hair, a little pieces that she's collected that she's braided in there. Her skin is like this pale blue, her hair is dark blue, and she sort of has like some golden glimmering looking things across her cheeks, which are scales. I look at Brontis and I kind of give him like a once over, like seeing what he's about. I don't really care that he's a drow, so I kind of go, do you remember how we got down here? Do you remember at all anything that happened?
I do not.
Fantastic, you're useless to me, I guess.
Wow.
My name's Sai. Looks like we'll be stuck down here together. I think we should try and wake the others.
I agree. I think that would be a good idea to try and figure out a way out of here.
Yeah. Okay, you got any special skills that might...
I can see well in this dark lit area.
Wow, me too. Glad we're on the same page.
I would also... That's about it.
Okay. You, I guess, wake up those two.
I'll attempt to wake up Calyx and Onyx.
I'll pause.
You.
I'll wake up Cole after.
And any attempt to shake awake anyone in this room does not require a check. You were unconscious, but not particularly deep. None of you appear physically injured. You are all at full health. And anyone who you attempt to wake wakes.
Okay, so who do you want to go first?
I will say, we'll do it in order. Calyx, you wake up and may describe the character that the other two see.
Okay. So as Brontis kind of nudges the character to his right, he kind of sees like a green-skinned orc, kind of like midnight black hair tied, kind of like very messily. He's like a very, very tall, on the bigger side. The only notable feature he really has is a kind of a jagged scar running down the right side of his cheek. But other than that, he's just very... What's the word I'm looking at? He's just very tall and almost... Yeah, no, that's kind of it. He just looks like he's seen a couple rough battles, and he's kind of has this kind of weathered air to him. But other than that, he just seems like a regular person.
And I will say, Onyx, you wake up simultaneously. If you would also like to describe your character.
As I'm awakened, everyone sees a taller tiefling with red skin, black horns, black eyes, and purple hair.
Fair enough. I like it.
The four of you notice that there are two other unconscious members of the caravan to your left and right, respectively. If you'd like to wake them as well.
Yeah, I was pushing at Cole.
Okay. In that case,
Yeah.
Cole, you wake up next, and then immediately after, Addie, you will wake up.
I'm just describing myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Not super tall, not super short. Human. I don't know. Just an average human rogue. Just blonde hair, brown eyes, pretty blonde.
Pretty boy, got it.
A pretty boy, gotcha.
Anorexia is a tall half-elf. She has shortish but pointy ears. Long curly brown hair that is mostly maintained. She wears clothes that are a bit disheveled, most likely handmade, but good nonetheless.
Just out of character? Swoon. Anyway.
Everyone who is not Psy, you awake and you realize that you are also equally manacled. The same options exist for both of you. You could either try to escape dexterously or via strength, but with Psy being unshackled, she can give the help action to one of you if you think you need it, and that will give you advantage.
What if I don't want to help?
Well, it's an option. If you want to watch them, you may.
I'm kidding.
What? Real quick. First, do I like have on my gear? Because Calyx kind of looks around
yeah.
a little confused, trying to figure out. Do I have like?
Do we have our stuff?
Peculiarly, you are dressed and in the exact condition you were in when you were in the caravan. You have all your gear, weapons, personal effects, even very valuable things like if you had a particularly shiny necklace or ring from your past. It looks like you weren't even robbed for your quote-unquote valuables. Anyone who had gold, the gold is still in your pockets. It just seems like you were brought here unconscious for whatever reason and awoke manacled to the wall.
Range. First things first, I'm gonna test the manacles and just make a strength check to kind of like see if I can bend them in any sort of way. Is that just straight strength?
You can
Or
roll.
like-
You could roll strength, but this also qualifies for athletics. You could roll whichever's better for you.
Definitely doing athletics.
I
So I
figured.
could just click this and hopefully it'll.
Okay, so you attempt to like bend the metal, and you pull forward, and everyone watches as the chain is ripped out of the wall, and you are free.
Holy fucking shit,
the-
slugger.
The more rusted parts, you watch as like they feel like they're gonna bend, and then they just fissure immediately.
Well, that's. He's saying this out loud. That was easier than I thought. And I'm gonna turn to. Is Brontis free yet or no?
He is not. No, he has not attempted the check.
Okay.
I'm gonna request Calyx's help to get unchained.
Okay, in that case, Calyx, you could either provide the help action, or if you would like, you can just roll an athletics check and attempt. Now that you've seen how weak they are, if you choose to, you can make the check for him and just attempt to rip them out of the wall. It's up to you.
Okay. Sure. I'm just gonna look to Brontis, who woke me up, and I'm like, need a hand there.
Very much so.
I'm gonna do the same check. It's like, watch your head, and he's just gonna kind of do the same exact thing where he just kind of pulls it.
Okay.
Whoa.
Somehow it breaks even easier. You're like, okay, you put your knee up on the wall, and you're like, just in case, and it just, the chain breaks in 6 places. It's just in pieces, and
All right.
you are free.
I guess we don't have to worry about needing some muscle down here if we got this guy.
In fact, someone
Oh my
somewhere
God.
shines a spotlight on you, and you start shimmering. You just look super cool.
Felix is gonna take a moment. He just notices the light. He kind of flexes his
Bask in your
muscles,
glory.
Like, haven't felt this good in a while. And he just kind of flexes a little bit, like, okay, wow. Is that ever? Does anybody else need some help?
I kind of just
And I'm-
rolls her eyes.
I'm just kind of whisper because I'm still not quite sure what's going on here. Anybody else need some help? And I'm kind of like looking at.
Technical difficulty, give us a sec.
Yeah.
Fair
Go.
enough.
Oh wait.
Wait, no.
So, then while we're
Ataraxia
doing-
tries to get free of the irons herself first.
Do you attempt it
attempting to ask for
via
assistance.
muscle, or are you trying to like snake your hands out?
Snake my hands out, I think would
Okay.
be
Then you could either do
easier for my-
dexterity or sleight of hand, whichever is better for you.
Click on it.
Oh.
Okay. So
Oh boy.
So as Calyx obliterates the metal chain and everyone is staring, Addie, you, while everyone's looking at him, are like, well, that's pretty cool. I'll sneak out and no one will even notice. And then you go to like pull your hands out. Somehow you pull them and you make the metal manacles tighter. Like you're like, uh-oh, and you are now somehow restrained further. It is very embarrassing.
So I'm definitely gonna ask for assistance here. Unwillingly, but please help me.
Does anyone give her assistance?
Please.
And
So it sounds like you wanted to go over there. Or do you want me to? Okay. I guess. Well,
Sai kind of hears Addie say that they need help, or say that she needs help, and kind of approaches to see what's going on. Hey, what's going on?
You go to help.
Sai,
You-
Sai goes over, kind of gives a once over of the shackles that somehow look tighter on Addie's arms than they did on anyone else's, and it's just like, well, that's curious. I'll help you out.
Because you are not restrained, you have the option to, if you have thieves' tools, you may attempt a lockpicking check instead of
I
a
think I
strength
do.
check. If you do, you should have the proficiency. It should be on your sheet. You could just roll the thieves' tools check instead of Dex or Athletics if you would like to unlock them. as
Okay,
opposed
yeah, I
rolling
would like
them.
to. I would like to do that. Well, okay.
Okay, so you're like, oh, okay, somehow they're a little tighter. It's fine. It's a little embarrassing. I got this. It's not the first lock I've picked. You walk in, you put your thieves' tools in the lock, and you're like, you hear a click, and you're like, got it. You pull your thieves' tools out, and one of the picks has snapped, and the lock is not unlocked.
No, are you kidding?
And he's just gonna come over and try to get these manacles off. Just
Please
pull us
fail.
out of the wall.
Please fail.
Please fail.
It'll be so funny.
I feel it right now because I've had 2 good rolls.
Yeah,
so
you
I'm
had some
kinda-
really good ones.
Okay,
Okay.
I don't want to be that guy. I will tell you now, the DC is 15.
Are you kidding?
The
I got-
DC is 15. So,
I turned aside. I'm like, hey, you want to help me here? This one's like,
well,
I don't
here's
know
what I'll
happened,
say.
but these are very.
This is just my luck.
Here's what I will say. Because multiple checks have been made against these manacles, you have done so much. Let's call it damage.
I
You've
was
done
gonna
so
just
much
have
damage.
Felix just gnaw at them.
Yeah. You think
Sorry.
that at this point they are so damaged that if any of you had any sort of bludgeoning weapon or acid, you could just attack the chains and break them, and you could just, it should fall apart at that point. It's just, you're all kind of staring at each other going, wow, defeated by chains, huh? But none of you want to kind of
Yep.
say it out loud.
But I'm just gonna break them. This big guy can't do it. I can't lockpick it. I'm just gonna raw dog this shit.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of hold the chains out, and I'm like, Addie, I don't know what you did to piss these people off, but we're just gonna break the chain. And I kind of look between Addie and Sai, like, break the chain.
I'm pulling at them, and I feel like I pull a muscle. I feel like I pull a muscle trying to fucking.
You beat me
rip
to
these
it. I was
off.
gonna say you really dig your legs into the ground. It's a stone floor. It's a very smooth stone floor, and you're digging your legs in, and your shoes are just sliding like you're playing tug of war against a dude who's 3 times your weight, and it looks like you're doing a ton. But everyone's looking at you, and the chains, nothing's happening.
No, I got
will
this.
say-
It's fine. I can
will also
totally
say-
do this.
I will also
It's
say
fine.
the chains have an AC. They have an AC of 10. If you would like to just attack them, like if you have a weapon or a spell, you can just attack them.
I get so angry I hit it with what do I have? I get so angry that it's not working, that not only did my sneaky shit didn't work, and then my raw strength didn't, I hit it with, what do I have on me?
And Cole
I
attempt
hit
to-
it with the end of my dagger.
Oh, hold on. What'd you say, Cole?
Can Cole attempt to reach his thieving tools to break himself free and then go assist?
You are still restrained by the manacles, so if you want to slip out, you would just roll a dex check or a sleight of hand check, not a thieves tools check.
I didn't know if I could reach my pockets to get my try to pick
No,
my
no.
lock.
So you're like half you're manacled to the wall. Think like old style dungeon. Like you have a little bit. You have like 1 or 2 feet of chain, but for the most part, you're fairly restrained. And Brontes in the you can cast Acid Splash. The chain automatically fails its dexterity saving throw. Roll the damage.
Okay, cool. I don't have to do anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if the way you guys have been rolling, if you also want to attack it just for insurance, I will.
Well,
allow
if
it.
I go to punch this thing while at the same time he throws acid at it, I don't want acid hands.
I mean, I will say he designates the creature per the wording of Acid Splash, so he could just choose not to hurt you. So you could do it if you would
Oh.
like to, or if not,
Okay.
it's his
I
spell.
punch it.
Yeah.
Brontes would like to assist the group in getting Addie unstuck from the wall. As I would like to cast the Acid Splash on the chains.
Yeah, you should be able to
Not
just,
affecting
yeah.
anyone in the way.
You should be able to just click the spell and it should auto roll the damage. Yeah. So the chains are metal and they are vulnerable to acid damage. They have 5 HP. So they take 10 acid damage, and you watch as the chains that you guys have put through the ringer. I mean, these are like these must be adamantium chains. I think God himself created these
How do I
chains
punch?
actually. You would just roll a I don't know if you have unarmed strike on your sheet, so you just
I
roll
don't think I do.
roll a d20 plus strength. You plus your strength.
A d20 plus strength?
Yeah, so just roll a d20 and then add whatever your strength is.
Nothing.
Oh, so it's a 6. The chains have an AC of 10, so you do punch them, nothing happens, and then a bunch of acid coats it, and it disintegrates into slag immediately, and you guys all pat yourselves on the back. Addie, you are free. Congratulations.
So now I actually just fucking punch it again.
You may roll your d20 plus strength.
Are you kidding me?
You punch the chain, and you bust your knuckle on the chain, and you take 1 bludgeoning damage. It automatically fails its dexterity save. You may roll damage.
What do I do?
So put it here.
Okay, Brontes. So it takes double damage from your acid splash, and it takes 4 acid damage. The chain has 5 health, so the chain has 1 health remaining. It is barely hanging on, but Cole is still restrained.
Onyx is gonna use his strength to try and break out of his.
Please roll athletics. I had
I'm dead.
I had a whole dungeon planned. You guys haven't left the first room. Hey, you rip him out of the wall.
Hey,
Congratulations.
we're strong.
Hey, I
Onyx,
need something.
The rest of the
Onyx,
chains, these things are really stout.
You watch everyone struggle with these chains, and then you go, well, that's weird. And then you flex, and all your chains break off. And you're like, why didn't everyone just do that? Anyway. And you just kind of like, and you stand up. the only person
Way
still
to show off.
the only person still restrained is Cole.
To everybody else, and I'm like, I don't like this one bit, guys. You were all in the caravan, right? And I'm kind of like gauging the room, like everybody was here. Like, does anybody remember anything?
I remember going to bed and waking up here. That's... I don't recall.
Last thing I remember was the sound of rain and thunder.
I can't hear Onyx very well.
Can we roll some type of memory check?
Yeah, if you would like to, you can roll a I guess it would be history. But I will also say, like, if you would like me to just, like, tell you, because technically this would be part of the last paragraph of all your backstories, you were all guards for this caravan. You were on the first shift for rest while the other shift guarded, and then you were supposed to wake up when they came in, and then you would have guarded the second shift. But the second shift, they never came to wake you up. Like, you all... Some of you might have awoken to the sound of, like, thunder and then gone back to bed, or maybe the battle, and then... But you would have immediately gone back to sleep for some reason, and then the last thing you remember is being in this room.
Those bastards did something.
Like, the battle...
You think the caravan did something to us? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that's not what I'm saying.
Does anybody
why would
feel
they-
injured than the shackles?
Feel what?
Injured more than what the shackles have done.
I mean, I punched that red guy's shackles and got injured, but no, otherwise.
You call me
Not at
that
all.
red guy?
Yes. Why?
We should-
Would you have preferred I called you something else?
I don't know, maybe we're the same race, maybe call me the other tiefling or something, or maybe use my name.
I don't know your name.
Regardless of our names, let's just go over our... You said let's go regardless of our names. Let's just go over our names right now. My name is Caitlin's. What's everybody else's?
My name's Cole.
I am Brontes.
I guess my name is Sai.
I'm Onyx.
I'm Ataraxia, but if that's too hard to say, you can call me whatever you want.
Whatever you want. Weird name, but I'll go with it.
Interesting idea.
Interesting nickname. Either way, it's way too quiet here, and I think we should all just kind of do our best to sneak out of here while we can. Something about this place just isn't natural.
Could have told you that from the beginning.
Well, I'm glad you said something. Now let's get going.
Panic.
What you see is a very large, square, more rectangular room. There is no light source, but you notice in the center of the room this large rectangular structure. This large rectangular structure is actually a massive marble altar, 20 foot tall, radiating with blue light, dimly. Not enough to illuminate the whole room as though it were a sun or a torch, but ambiently blue, enough that your dark vision can see it as a color. The statue that resides on top of this altar is of a draconic-looking male, not necessarily dragonborn, but somewhere between human and dragon, fully armored with plate mail and a massive greatsword sheathed on their back. Their hands are held out, each holding a 5-foot diameter crystal ball. Both balls are just seemingly empty crystal, but they are being held aloft as though they are regent.
I'm
There-
assuming
There
Cole
appears
can't
to be
see any of
oh.
this.
Because it's radiating that blue light, you can both make out the structure. But I will say, Sai, because of your dark vision, you can tell that on the bottom section of the plinth, like of the 20-foot square altar, there looks to be a little raised piece of metal that you assume is some sort of placard, but you can't make out what it says. It's too dark and too far away. Examining it with the intent to read it?
Yes.
Okay, you look at it, first thing that comes to your mind that you could tell, something is wrong with this plaque, because it is not in a language. It is a weird collection of scratches and symbols that you can't make out until you stare at it, and then you watch the symbols lift off of the plaque and rearrange themselves into whatever you would what would be your first language, i.e. Common, and it shifts. This old weird language shifts to Modern Common, and it becomes legible. Would you like to read it in your head or read it out loud?
I'm probably reading it out loud.
Okay, the plaque reads, "Audience with the general must be earned by might and by mind."
I'm writing it down. Must be.
Audience with the general must be earned by Might, M-I-G-H-T, and Mind, M-I-N-D.
Alex would like to do a perception check to see if there's any other hallways in this cavern.
I will say you don't even need a perception check because of the blue light. You notice that in this room, directly in front of where Onyx is standing, there is one hallway leading off into a triangular shaped room. There are 2 hallways in the top right of the room that lead off into what look like either hexagonal rooms or pentagonal rooms. It's hard to tell. There is another hallway in the top left of the room that appears to lead to another smaller rectangular room. And the most obvious thing as you get like kind of closer to the thing, you notice that what was originally a completely mundane stone wall, and I will say this happens simultaneous to when she touches the plaque, it disappears, and there is a massive shimmering blue wall that's easily 30 feet wide, that is 30 feet tall and 30 feet wide, that goes all the way to the ceiling, that leads to a massive hallway in the topmost wall of the room. And that blue glow, that blue glow of the wall is an exact match in color to the ambient blue glow of the altar. As they're talking, you swear, like you don't know why, but you swear you heard something said in Elvish beyond the barrier in an exasperated tone, but it's very far away and it's very weak. It's not it was more like an utterance, like it's not something that you could translate like they were screaming for help or something, but it almost like an exacerbation, like an utterance, and it just happened to catch the side of your ears in just the right way, as the only person in the group who speaks Elvish with that high of a passive perception, that you just barely caught it, but you couldn't tell origin.
I ask if anybody else heard it.
Heard what?
What?
Heard what?
Heard what?
Okay, so I'm gonna move towards the barrier to see if I can hear or see anything more.
Do you physically touch the barrier?
No.
You don't like place your ear on it or anything?
Not yet. I'm kind of scared to do that, so no.
Okay, in that case, make a perception check. With a 19, you are 100. There's a dog there, actually. It's crazy. There is not. You hear what you are 100% certain is the crying of a child, like young, maybe 6, female, and then like a very weak, exacerbated, panting, like pleading from what appears to be. It's in Elvish, so you assume an older Elvish male, maybe half-elf, and it is quickly weakening. It's like a 19 is so high, you hear like a, please, no, why? And it's just, but you don't hear, it's like you're hearing half a conversation. You don't hear who he's talking to, if anyone, or if he's crazy. You just hear those 2 things that I described. Okay, so then it's Sai, Onyx, Cole, and then the other 3, Calyx, Zeph, and Addy together. Those are the groups?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
It seems to be it.
And then, so group 1 will be Sai's group. Group 2 will be Calyx's group. I will start with group 1. Which of the 4 hallways are you attempting to go down?
I would say we go to the one in front of us to the bottom right.
Okay.
Okay.
You may progress your tokens. Let me know if you are stealthing, if you are not stealthing, if you are investigating, if you're not investigating. Tell me exactly what you do. The map is live. For the other group, time is paused for you. When I go to you, everything that they are about to do will happen simultaneous to everything that I ask you. So you will be doing these things at the same time, but for now we are just talking about the bottom 3, about group 1. Is that understood by everybody?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay. In that
Yep.
case, well, group 1, what are you doing?
We're gonna get to the edge of the hallway, and then try to stealth the way in.
Okay. Then all 3 of you roll stealth. Onyx, I believe you have disadvantage.
I will stay at the edge of the hallway to start and let them tell me whether or not to go in.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
I think that's a good idea.
Okay. In that case, Cole and Sai, please roll stealth checks. Sai had a 19, so you feel like you're pretty well stealth. 21, even better. Okay, you guys are very confident that you're pretty stealthy. Like you two, the terrible twosome of stealth, you're golden. And you may progress into the hallway with you see no like you're making no sound. You are very confident. Okay. As you get to the lip of the room, you notice the number 3, which lets me know where to check my notes. Yes, this triangle-shaped room contains 2 stalactites and 1 very obviously placed treasure chest at the backmost center of the room. That is all that is in the room.
That's not suspicious whatsoever. Can I make an investigation check? Or perception? I don't know which one.
Are you investigating a specific aspect of the room, or are you perceiving the room
I will perceive the room as a whole first.
Okay, roll a perception check.
Let's see what that fucking does. How do I do that? Where?
It should be right above.
Yikes.
Oh, it's a room.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, it's a room, isn't it?
Yep.
You're pretty confident. You know what? You're not 100% certain, but you're pretty sure this is like a scalene triangle, maybe? Hard to tell.
Totally
but it's
a fucking room.
Definitely a room. You're 100% certain. You're 100% certain. It is a room that connects to a hallway.
Fantastic.
Like to do on the chest.
You're doing
Yeah.
what on the chest?
Investigation.
Okay.
Sorry.
Are you walking up to it to investigate, or are you perceiving from afar?
Perceiving from afar.
Okay, roll perception. You are 100% certain that is a chest.
Oh my god.
But
I
what I will give you, the chest appears to be wooden, classic treasure chest shaped, wooden with the 2 metal bands holding the wooden plates together. It does not appear particularly old, like comparing it to the chains that you saw that you guys had a little trouble with. It doesn't appear like that old, but it is just, there's no dust on it. Like it's just I would say maybe 2.5 foot by 2.5 foot chest, and it's just kind of sitting there, but it's definitely a chest.
This feels not good.
Okay, and now please roll to investigate the chest.
Can I help? Can I give advantage on?
Are you moving next to him to give him the help
Yes.
action? Okay, please move yourself next, and now you can roll again, Cole, as though you had advantage, so just one more time, and we'll take the higher number.
Well,
Okay. Cole,
Oh lord.
maybe you weren't certain before about the whole no traps in the doorway thing. Maybe you were kind of getting in your own head. You are definitely certain this is a totally normal wooden chest with no traps. Like, in fact, it's so completely normal and innocuous, you don't even think it's locked. Like, you could probably just open it. Anyway, time stops. Group 2, so that you guys get to play. What do you do? This will be happening while everything that you guys just did is happening, so know that going forward.
fantastic. I love that we were doing so good so far, and then
I wouldn't call a 6 and a 5 investigation good.
no, that's not what I meant.
Oh, did you mean the chains that took you 30 minutes to get out of?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just gonna look at Attraction, Zephyr. And, I think we should probably take this hallway, and then we can all go together for the last 2 hallways over that way. So let's get this one. The one that's like to my left that
The top
Attraction is
left.
currently walking towards.
Okay.
Who would like to go first?
Same question to you. Are you guys stealthing or are you walking down the hallway?
I would like.
I assume it's right now.
I would like to stealthily go ahead.
This would be a good idea.
Okay, anyone stealthing, please roll a stealth check and then move your token. 19. You feel very confident that you are stealth.
I'm afraid.
Okay, so I would say, Zeph, stop right there. You
Yes.
see with your superior dark vision that... Oh, Addie, are you going to?
Sorry, I was delayed.
That's fine. You can move yourself up next to him if you're walking through the hallway. And then both of you, since you both got close enough, you see, especially Zeph with his superior dark vision, This is what would be completely pitch black room, but dark vision, you have it perfectly lit, but in black and white. You see a perfectly rectangular room that is about 30 feet by 20 feet, with 3 evenly spaced wells placed at its center. Each well looks exactly the same, is exactly the same height, and has exactly the same stonework. So well 2, the middle well, this well is full to the brim with water, like to the tippy top. And weirdly, it's clear, like pristine, drinkable, no algae, no scum, no bugs or bug larvae. It looks like you just poured in an entire well's worth of water into this well 5 seconds before you looked at it. It looks, you feel like if you were thirsty, you could drink it. And then, do you investigate further?
Yes.
Okay, roll investigation check. With a 12. You see at the bottom of the well, which with a 12, you eyeball it to be about, you'd say the well is about 5 foot in diameter and about 10 foot deep. You'd eyeball, it's dark, but you're pretty confident in that. You see at the bottom of the well, it's a stone floor, there's no mud, no muck. You see what appears, it looks like a blue gemstone, like maybe not fist size, but maybe like half a fist size, like maybe the size of a silver dollar, but vaguely spherical. And it's just sitting at the bottom of the well, at the bottom of the water. And the water and it don't appear to be moving. They're just stagnant. Okay, in this well, first thing you notice, there is a hook about 1 foot below the rim with nothing on it. An old rusty hook that looks like half bent. And this well is not full to the brim with water. In fact, it's empty, except all the way at the bottom, there appears to be 5 foot of liquid, but it's clear, but it's not like the water that Addie described. It looks more stagnant. It has this almost green tinge to it. And you see at the bottom, even it's harder to see, but a 10 is just good enough, that at the bottom of this green water, you see this kind of blue, almost shaft, like a metallic shaft, but it's like imagine like a magic wand kind of shape, painted with like a sapphire paint. It's very noticeable, and it's sitting in the bottom of the well with a little loop on the end that implies it was probably on the hook at one point.
Okay.
I'd like to investigate the last well.
The well is empty, but the bottom is weird. The bottom, unlike the other two where they were stone bottoms, the bottom is very muddy. You could tell very clearly that it is like sloppy muck mud, but there is something. There is also something weird about the mud, but you would need to investigate further. It almost looks like an arrowhead. It's like shaped in a weird way, but it's the same color that I described. But it looks like the tip of an arrow for like a longbow. And then Zeph, you see, is sitting in the mud that blue shaft-shaped object I described.
Okay.
And then
Did everybody say what they saw out loud, or am I the only one that said it out loud?
I would say it out loud. In response to you, I would explain everything I saw, that arrowhead and the kind of mud at, or no, I didn't. That it wasn't mud at the bottom of mine, just weird water.
Yeah, yours is like this, like it's some type of liquid that just doesn't look like. I guess it didn't look like it preserved as well as Addie's, I guess.
Does Calix notify the other two of the hook in his well?
Yes. Like that little, it kind of looks like something you would kind of do. I don't want to say a pulley system on, but it's just in there, right? A rusted hook.
No, it's a hook. Think like a coat rack, like a hanging hook.
Okay.
Would we be able to remove said hook from said well and attach it to said rope?
You feel like, I mean, it would take, it is a very rusted hook. You would need to be fairly dexterous to not like snap it, but you feel like it could be done.
I would like to address Calix and ask him if he feels confident in his ability to retrieve said hook.
If I try, I'm gonna look at Zephyr. If I try, I feel like I'm gonna probably break it in half. To be honest with you, it looks so rusty. I can try though.
That all comes down to you at that point.
True.
If you're not comfortable.
I can try. So is like the wall of the well like very sturdy? Like I'm gonna kind of like grab it and kind of rock.
It is manufactured smooth stone. Like this is masoned stone that was very clearly shaped and mortared and well preserved and intrinsically emplaced in here. And all three have the exact same stonework. Like it is very deliberate and sturdy. You could probably stand on it and do jumping jacks and you wouldn't budge it.
Okay. So,
if you would like to remove the hook from the wall, you're a big enough guy that you could just hang over the side and grab it. It would just be a sleight of hand check.
Okay, yeah, I'll give it a shot. So before I start hanging over the wall, though, I'm gonna kind of take off my armor and my shield and set them down to the side so I'm lighter.
Okay.
So, I'll do the math later. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm going to kind of, I don't want to say jump down, but hang off the side. I'm gonna try and like pull it out. Or sleight of hand, right?
Okay. Yeah, sleight of hand. Okay, with a 14, the DC was 13. You just barely work it out of the stone, and it bends a little, but it does not snap.
Okay, so I'm gonna take this hook. I'm gonna hand it. I'm gonna walk over to Zephyr and kind of hand it to him, and like, "This what you wanted?" And I'm also gonna put on my stuff again. I thought I was gonna fall, to be completely honest with you.
I'm not that mean.
I've considered jumping into the well already. I'm like, ooh, should I do it?
No.
Cool. So, thank you for the hook.
We can tie it to the head rope to get the wand at the bottom of the wand.
Real quick, I'm gonna pull out of my adventure sack that I have 50 feet of good rope that we can use rather than the decayed rope.
That comes in handy.
So we are using using the old rope or the new rope?
The new rope, I would assume.
I feel like we should use the new rope.
Okay. I will say if you are using the new rope, then you do not need to make any sort of check to make like a good knot, because it's not going to fall apart. We'll just say that you tie your rope to the hook. And now, I will say the only of the three wells, the only one that had the little loop on it that it looked like it was hanging on the hook that you could grab with the hook easily would be the top well that you took the hook from. The little arrowhead tip looking thing had like a little loop on it that it appeared it was hanging on the hook. That would be the easiest of the three if you were attempting to use the hook for all of them. Calix would have been smart enough to figure that out with his investigation.
Yeah.
Let's go for that one.
Yep.
Okay, if you are attempting to do that, then it will be also a sleight of hand check to very dexterously lower the hook and try to catch it and maneuver the hook through the liquid with like the refraction and stuff.
Who would like to attempt to get it?
I'll give it a shot.
Okay, roll a sleight of hand check and just move yourself next to the well.
Move to the well.
Find it. Sorry, give me a second.
Ooh, that is an excellent sleight of hand check. Calix, are you going near the well as well, or are you staying towards the back?
I'm gonna stand right here.
Okay, then I will say that Zeph and Addie, you both watch as you toss the rope down with the little hook for her to like get it in. As soon as the hook and the rope enter that weird green liquid, it sizzles violently, as the liquid was acid.
Good thing I didn't
jump in there.
You
watch
great.
as the bottom 5 feet of rope and the hook dissolve instantly.
I quickly pull the rope back so we don't lose the whole
Okay,
thing.
Calyx, update your sheet. You now have 45 feet of rope.
Well, that's I look at it. I go, that's unfortunate. But
I will now
better
say-
the
yeah.
rope than my arm.
Yeah. Time will once again stop while you think about that, and we will go back to Group 1, who was currently about to die. I mean, open a chest.
Yeah, I fucking know what this is.
It's a mimic. We know it's a
Okay.
mimic.
I'm upset.
We left off with Cole investigating the chest. Cole, you got a 6, and you were very confident that this was a completely mundane chest, and you have no reason to think otherwise because you are very confident in your skills. Would you like to do something else or open the chest?
Oh boy.
I'm gonna let the group decide because I am cautious now.
Why are you cautious? You have no reason to be cautious. Nothing bad has happened.
You could.
Okay. Well, then, Group 1, do you have a consensus? Would you like to vote?
Knowing Cole, I would like to do a perception check on the chest.
A perception check or an investigation?
I would have liked to do an investigation check also.
If I will,
Okay,
because you guys are naturally untrusting, if both Sai and Onyx want to do an investigation check after Cole says he looks at it and he thinks it's good, I will allow it. Ordinarily, I wouldn't, but I will say because you guys don't know each other very well, you're just meeting. The three of you have particularly interesting backstories. You're very distrusting. You may all roll investigation. Onyx, you rolled a 6, which is a
Onyx coming in clutch.
He literally rolled the exact same thing as Cole, and Sai rolled an 8. You guys don't know a lot about this Cole guy, but the one thing you do know is that he is absolutely right. This is a regular treasure chest. Man, it's gonna be so great. It's gonna be so great when this isn't a mimic.
I can't see anything wrong with this. I guess if you want to open it while I'm standing behind you, that's fine with me.
I would suggest
I will stand in front of it.
Onyx stands in front, opens it, and me and Sai back up.
Screw you guys.
Oh my.
Why you guys think it's a normal chest? You think it's a normal chest?
I want to give him space.
He says it's normal. I guess it's normal, but I'm just not gonna be the one to open it.
In case it's stuck, he's stronger.
You go first. You seem like a fully capable guy who knows what he's doing.
I will stand in front of the chest and I will open it.
Okay, well, in that case, the way the chest is facing, that's fine. Onyx, you go to open the chest, right? It's locked. Like, you pull it up and it's 100%. Like Cole was absolutely wrong. It's totally locked. You don't know why he thought it was unlocked. It was fairly clearly has a keyhole that is sealed.
Okay, well,
I'd like to lockpick it.
yeah.
In that case, you would need to be in front of the chest, so you need to switch places with Onyx. Yeah, 23. Okay, so you might have been a little wrong earlier. It was locked. That's kind of embarrassing. But you're like, but it's a lock. I picked so many locks. You put your thieves' tools in, and you unlock it, and like, dude, easiest quick of the flick of the wrist, it's instantly unlocked, and nothing appears to happen. So you're like, oh, it's definitely unlocked now. But it is still closed.
Yes, at this point.
You open the chest?
Bull's gonna open the chest.
Okay, hold on. Then I would like the three of you to roll initiative.
Oh my god!
As you attempted to open the chest itself was 100% a chest. It is not a mimic. As soon as you opened the chest, a wave of magic emitted from the inside of the chest. The same blue ambient magic that radiated from the altar. And in your heads, you hear the words, "The test of might has begun." The chest physically breaks apart and becomes a almost wooden metal combination of what appears to be an animated suit of armor. And it is holding two blue glowing fists, and on its chest is that same writing that was on the plaque that changed to your most like understood language, and that language on its chest says, "Best me or die trying."
Ah, shit.
Fucking bet.
Okay, so, and then it is the animated chest's turn. Can't believe you thought I was gonna hit you with a mimic. What am I, cliche? you watch as the embers that were all over his wooden armor flare out of nowhere. Like, they get 10 times hotter for some reason. All the wood that was part of him bursts into flames instantly, and all the metal burns into slag. And he just kind of melts into a pile of melted metal and charcoal. And he is dead. And technically, Onyx gets the kill for that.
I like
Bullshit.
Onyx gets the kill.
Oh,
Onyx,
Onyx
you got the
is
kill,
never
dude.
lying.
You're Onyx!
You know what? Fine, you don't get the kill. Calyx gets the kill.
Don't worry, Cole
Okay.
just told them that.
Just so
And
we're
then-
clear, Onyx is a little slow sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. Into that 5-foot diameter sphere, and it now radiates with an intense blue light, matching the blue light of the barrier. The other one stays unilluminated, but it matches that energy, and you all feel, every person within the dungeon, quote unquote the dungeon, all 6 of you, feel this weird feeling come over you, and in your mind, for the people who didn't hear it in the first time in their mind, you hear a weird voice in your mind that doesn't seem to have like a gender. It just seems to be words that say, like, to the effect of, congratulations on surviving the trial of might. You have shown your strength, but have you shown your mind?
Next time we're not splitting up because that was stupid.
You know,
I was gonna say,
The
so
DM
about
seconds
splitting
that.
up, and I look at Cole as he's bleeding out.
dude,
Or was
Wait,
bleeding
why?
out.
above board now that this session is officially over, I'm sweating, dude. You know how fucking scared I was? You guys immediately split the party. That's the one rule.
So upset.
I am drenched. I
We're
was
playing
so
with
scared.
5 people that have never played.